What it is, y'all already know it is the big boss house, boss dog, can't poke through the door. Here to talk to his boss before I get my soliloquy. Remember, tough times don't last. Good people do. Don't off yourself. Call them in if I line. Remember, you matter. Peak game metaphors on what? Swag. We cluster out. You know what we talking about. Edgar Berlanga. So, Edgar Berlanga, they're talking about his comeback fight will be against Gabriel Rosado. And they're saying the fight will be in Puerto Rico. Let's talk about it. I don't like that fight. Right? Edgar Berlanga fought Canelo, right? And now he's gonna fight a guy who's coming off of a loss in Gabriel Rosado, and I think who hasn't fought in a year, if I'm not mistaken. So it's one of those fights that's meaningless for the 168-pound division. I think Gabriel Rosado is a tough guy. I like Gabriel Rosado. You know, I don't know him personally, but he's very knowledgeable in the sport of boxing. He's somebody I respect. As a fighter, you know what I'm saying, and just how he carry himself from what I see. Like I said, I don't know him personally, but I think it's a meaningless fight. I think Berlanga, who is a guy who just fought Canelo, I feel like needs to be fighting, you know, a Caleb Plant or, you know, a Demetrius Andrade. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would be a good fight, him against Demetrius Andrade. And then he can go to a Caleb Plant fight. You know what I'm saying? If he's feeling like, hey, I'm coming off a loss, I need a tune-up, okay, cool. Fight Demetrius Andrade then. He hadn't fought in a year. He'll be coming off a loss to, you know, David Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? That's a respectable name. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, I'm not sitting there saying Gabriel Rosado is a bad fighter, but he's older. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that that's kind of like cherry picking, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna keep it 1,000. You know what I mean? Edgar Berlanga is a young champion. I mean, I won't say champion, but he's a young lion, young hungry fighter. He still got a lot he got to learn. You know what I'm saying? But what I think he needs to do is you still need to fight guys who can help you learn and build your profile. And I feel like Demetrius Andrade fight, it'd be a tough fight. It'd be a big fight. Maybe it'd be a tough fight. Now, is it the biggest fight? No. But it's a fight that, and a fighter that can help you learn. You know what I'm saying? Edgar Berlanga, if he wants to be that big star that he wants to be, if he wants to grow as a fighter, fighting Demetrius Andrade will be, you know, a fight where you can learn. Fighting Gabriel Rosado, I'm sorry, he's older. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's no disrespect. Now, if Gabriel Rosado was younger, I'll be like, yeah, it's a good fight, but he's older. You know what I'm saying? He kind of out of his prime. You know what I'm saying? We just keeping it 1,000. I think fighting a Demetrius Andrade, you know, would be a better situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it 1,000. You know what I'm saying? That can help you. He's awkward. He's a southpaw. You know what I'm saying? He could be slick and elusive. You know, that could prepare you for a Caleb Plant. See, all these fights, as a fighter, you want to build your fighter up to fight a certain style, right? You know, you want to, you know, the Caleb Plant fight, if you feel like, hey, that's going to be a tough style matchup for me, then I feel like you need to go fight a guy close to that style. And I feel like Demetrius Andrade will be a fight close to that style. I don't see what the problem is. You could put that fight in New York. You know what I'm saying? Due to the fact that, hey, Edgar Berlanga is from New York. I think Demetrius Andrade is from Rhode Island. That'd be perfect, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Demetrius Andrade has said that in the interview. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's a more respectable fight than him coming back and I'm going to fight Gabriel Rosado. Like, I get it. You trying to do Puerto Rico versus Puerto Rico. You trying to put money in Gabe's pocket. I get it. But at the same time, nobody want to see that fight. You know, it's all about giving the fans what we want to see. You know what I'm saying? And I think that a more respectable opponent is Demetrius Andrade. You know what I mean? And also, that makes sense, you know, for you going towards a Caleb Plant, right? Because you as a man, you know, we just going to keep it 1,000. As a man, you told Caleb Plant, hey, if after I fight Canelo, I'm fighting you, right? But it's obvious that you're probably not gonna fight. I mean, like I said, this is not set in stone, but I'm probably like 80% sure he probably gonna fight a Gabriel Rosado or somebody else. He's not gonna fight Caleb next. So if you're not going to fight Caleb next, a respectable opponent is Demetrius Andrade. Fight him, and then, fight Caleb. It's just that simple. You know what I'm saying? Now, that Caleb fight may be a little hard to make. I think if they probably involved Turkey LSC, it probably would get made, but Caleb Plant is a PBC fighter. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how that's going to work because PBC is very loyal to Al Heyman. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. PBC treat their fighters well. Now, granted, are their fighters very active? No. But guarantee when you're a PBC fighter, you're going to fight Godzilla. That's just what it is. You're not going in there fighting no tune-ups. I want to fight this guy. No, you're not doing that. You're going to fight Godzilla. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? You're going to fight a tough fight. You're not going in there and fighting some dude that you just got out of a pub from the UK, like Matchroom be doing, like Top Rank be doing. You fighting a killer. That's just what it is. So we shall see, how this thing goes. I want to see Edgar Berlanga in there with a top name. He fought Canelo, cool. Did he deserve that fight? No, but he got that opportunity. Now, moving forward, you have to continue on building your brand and building your name and building your skill level up. It's very important in the development of a fighter. And this is why we talk about with Eddie Hearn, right? He don't develop his American fighters. He'll develop his UK fighters, but he won't develop his American fighters, right? You got to continue to let these guys develop and build them up. How do you build them up? By fighting tough fights and fighting styles that's going to help you get better as a fighter. You know what I'm saying? And fighting Demetrius Andrade will help him get better, right? I don't like keep bringing it myself, but when I was an amateur fighter, right, I continue to fight, I won't say fight, spar, different styles. You know what I'm saying? So I don't give a damn. I would spar guys that will move. You know what I'm saying? Guys that will move at one point was an issue for me. You know what I'm saying? But then I learned how to, I actually got pretty good. I see a lot of guys, they struggle with southpaws. Well, my first guy I sparred when I got into boxing, when I was allowed to spar, was a southpaw. So it's no issue now for me to spar a southpaw. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, I don't spar as much as I used to. But I'm just saying I know how to spar southpaws because that was my first. So when I sparred an orthodox fighter, it was very easy for me. You know what I mean? Because I sparred the fighter that a lot of guys don't like sparring or fighting, which is southpaws, because it's not a lot of them, right? So I know how to spar a southpaw. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is that you continue to develop your skill level. And I think a lot of fighters, they don't do that. They try to do what's comfortable for them. And I think Edgar Berlanga is cool with that. Like, oh, I'm just going to do what's comfortable. And it's like, no. Continue to challenge yourself. You get what I mean? And that's the problem with a lot of fighters today is they do what's comfortable. They're cool with being comfortable. And that's the issue with boxing today. Is back in the day, fighters fought every style. They weren't worried about being comfortable. They was worried about being the best. That's why you saw Roy Jones. He fought every different style. He fought almost everybody. You see Errol Spence. He fought every different style. He figured it out. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. Even fighting a style like Terence Crawford. I feel like going into the fight that Errol Spence style might be a problem for Terence Crawford, but it was the other way around. You get what I mean? But Errol still fought him. And Errol still was stepping in that fight. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem with boxing today. Is a lot of guys don't want to, and you got guys like Canelo, who's the face of boxing, who won't who won't fight. I think I said spar. Who won't fight boxers, movers. That's what Canelo has troubles with. We hear Canelo, he talk about guys that move. He like, man, he move a lot. Okay, so figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So, Edgar Berlanga, I don't know if he don't want to fight Andre because he move a lot. I don't know if he don't want to fight Caleb Plant because he move a lot. But you got to figure that out. Figure it out. You know what I'm saying? That's what I had to learn to do when I was spar guys Or, you know, in my amateur bout, one of my amateur bouts, I fought a dude that moved a lot. I had to figure it out, and it was a very close fight. You know what I'm saying? I think I ended up losing that amateur bout. You know what I'm saying? But it was very close. I had people saying, hey, man, I thought you won. You know what I'm saying? I had to figure it out. Like, damn, this dude moving a lot. Let me figure it out. I had to cut the ring off, and when I would get him, you know, stationary, I worked. Pop, 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 pop. Gave him some, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to figure stuff out. You got to figure it out while you in there. You know? That's just what it is. That's the art of boxing. You got to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And I just want these young dudes to figure it out. And I feel like Edgar Berlanga is comfortable. You know? He comfortable, bro. He don't want to be great. He's comfortable. And that's the problem with boxing today. So, hopefully, Edgar Berlanga don't fight Gabriel Rosado. But if he do, man, we shall see. There's a reason why they putting it in Puerto Rico. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Let's go.